But it always came down to the same stupid stereotypes that black men always have to say about women. They're loud, they're masculine, they don't know how to treat a man, they wear fake hair. So what?
They would rather, a lot of black men would rather their woman keep their natural hair. Did you know that, Sunshine? Today, before we get into this, I ask that you please like, comment, subscribe. Also, be sure to click the notification bell to be sure that you get my videos as soon as I release them. All right, guys. I have a woman here who is hating on Passport Bros, right? But I think she doesn't understand Passport Bros are more than just brothers, right? Passport Bros are brothers. They're white men. It's a mixture of many different kind of men, right? And we're not just talking about black American women. We're talking about all women in the US, right? So I think a lot of women got it confused, and you see some women pandering. But anyway, don't want to waste your time. Let's hop right into the video.
I know a lot of these passport bros, and especially black men, are in my comments asking me why I'm talking about this. It's not my fight. And before anything, I'm a woman, so I'm always going to stand up for women regardless of race. And one thing that really bothers me about this is these same passport bros are the men who probably tried to hit on me in the US before they realized that we don't like them either. I'm from a town that really doesn't have that many Asian women, especially Asian women who look like me. Like I said, you guys, I'm adopted. I grew up in a white family in the Midwest, so I have no beauty standards from South Korea. I'm a thick woman. I weigh about 165 pounds. I'm 5'5", so honestly, the brothers like to holler, and they still do. Regardless of what some men in the comments are trying to say that black men aren't checking for Asian women. Yeah, right. Check my DMs. But anyway, pretty much every time I met a black man, he thought it would be a flex to say something like, yeah, I like my women foreign. I like my women exotic. And I don't know why they decided to say that to me, if they thought it would make me feel good or something, but for me, it's always a red flag. And so I would dig in a little bit further and say, well, what do you mean by that? Like, because I'm a white girl on the inside. My family is white. I grew up in a white community in a small town in the Midwest. So I might look exotic, but I'm Wonder Bread white on the inside. So anyway, whenever these guys would say this, I'd be like, well, you're about to be in for a big disappointment if you're expecting a submissive, docile Asian to take care of you. But it really bothered me when these guys would say, yeah, I don't like black women, because that's what it always came down to, that they didn't date black women regardless if they were black or not. And their moms are black, their sisters are black, their cousins are black. I'm like, would you say this to their face? That's weird. So I kind of pick and prod after I already decided, yeah, I'm done with this, I'm out, because anybody who says something like that just is an immediate red flag. But it always came down to the same stupid stereotypes that black men always have to say about women. They're loud, they're masculine, they don't know how to treat a man, they wear fake hair. So what? So what? You don't have to put down an entire race of women because you have a preference. And honestly, like, I've dated pretty much every race, every ethnicity. I'm Ms. Worldwide when it comes to dating. Only common denominator is black hair and dark eyes usually. But I've never heard any group of men put down their own women more than I've heard black men do it in pursuit of other women. And I just find it really disheartening. And I understand why this divide is getting bigger, but I don't want to be a part of it. So I hate it, and I had to speak on it.
All right, guys. Now, you said she threw herself in there. Now, if you hate it and you don't want to speak about it, then why are you speaking about it, right? And then she turns around and says, oh, the black guy said, I like one woman foreign now. Now, a guy definitely shouldn't use that as game, right? That should not be a guy's game. And if you're judging black men from the guys that have said that to you, something's obviously wrong with you, right? Now, black men are not saying they don't want to just date with black women, right? And it's not passport bros aren't only black men. It's all men that are leaving that are saying we're done with all women in the US, right? Even you, sunshine, even you. That's what we're saying. Even you in your modern woman ways, right? And you're pandering to black woman ways that you're doing, right? You're feminist, you're pandering feminist ways. That's what we're done with. We're done with you, woman. We're not done with Asian women that are in other countries. We're done with Asian women like you. So it has nothing to do with you being exotic. The guy shouldn't even said that. I think the guys that say that don't really understand what's happening. Because don't get me wrong, you still have some women that get with the program in the States, but a lot of women are washed up, meaning Asian, black, white, even you got Latina women in US that are off. You have some that stick with the morals, right? Like I had a Filipina that chimed in today and told me how people in her family were off, and then she was on, and then someone else was off. It's a person by person basis, right? And you're clearly showing right now that you're a person that's of the elk we don't want, right? And like you said, you're not Asian anyway. You're pretty much white, right? Because you're adopted. So stay in your lane. That's what the guy's saying. Stay in your lane because you're saying, oh, what about the woman's hair? You don't know. You know what? Did you know that even black men that complain about their hair, right? They would rather a lot of black men would rather their woman keep their natural hair. Did you know that, Sunshine? Did you know that before you chimed in? Did you talk with any black men? Have you? Or you just came and started race pandering and feminist pandering and just chimed in on something you know nothing about? So when I seen your video, I said, yeah, guys are responding to her, but she shouldn't be talking because you don't understand. And it's the same thing. And I gotta talk to even the woman that's stand up and try to defend men. You don't know us because you're not a man. I understand. We appreciate it, right? And this woman here, we don't appreciate you doing what you're doing. And the woman, all of this is pandering, right? And I even want black women to look at this woman and say, wait a minute, he's right. Why is she chiming in so heavily? She don't give a damn about us. She doesn't. She's just sticking up for the woman and don't even understand what's happening. Also, on top of that, it's not all black women. And this here is clearly going to show where the confusion lies, right? Because people keep saying that. I even see my brother Austin Holloman say that. I'm not just talking about black women. He keeps saying that. And then because it's passport brothers, I think that's what it is. It's not all about black women. But anyway, we have another one that's trying to do a joke, that's trying to tell a joke. And you can tell where the confusion is at. Listen to this.
Passport bros. We're going to another country to find submissive women. Black women are too masculine. We don't want y'all. Black women. That sounds a little bit like sex trafficking, but you know what? Do you. Passport bros. See? I have my passport. I'm leaving, and I'm going to find women who actually appreciate me. Black women. Okay, that's fair. Passport bros. Black women.
See what I'm talking about, guys? Do you see exactly what I'm talking about, right? Confusion. Confusion. And women are reacting, trying to react to us. And there are no guys are saying they're done with women within the United States as a whole. Because turn around, you get Asian women like her, right? Trying to jump to the defense of other women. And now men are starting to stand up for each other for over the past, 10 years. And it's a big problem, right? Now it's getting even more heavier and more thicker. And so now the passport bros came, and then black women jumped up and said, oh, they're just talking about us. Oh, they're just talking about, how dare these black men leave? That's what it seems like, right? That's not what it seems like. That's what it is. It's like we're pretty much slaves to all women in the West, because you turn around and white guys are leaving too, right? And then you have white women saying, oh, you want to go over there and get an impoverished woman. You want to go over there and get an impoverished Filipino. You want to go and get a woman in Asia. Or you want to go get an impoverished woman in this place, and sex trafficking and all this nonsense. It's getting old now, ladies. It's getting old. But this woman here clearly coming with hate in the heart, right? And not talking about this woman that I just reacted to. The first woman clearly has hate in her heart, speaking harsh, and you can tell it really doesn't even understand. Stop pandering to other women. Stop doing that, y'all. It's not all about race. It's about all women in the West. And it's not all women. We have some women that are still cooperative that are left. I'll say it. That you do. But it's not enough of them. So I suggest more guys that see what's happening and that can see the mind frames of women to say, you know what? And see how it is. Go out the country, see how it is. And you'll say, wow, things really change. And you'll see things change and you'll see, wow, things are really better. But guys, I don't know what's going on with women bringing race into it so much and trying to bash black men or even white men, because everybody's getting it, right? We all been getting it the same. But all thing I do know is definitely more to life than that. Go where you want it.